Hi, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone's having a great day. Today I have for you something so cute and fun for fall. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. It is free to subscribe. I have already made several fall DIYs, so I'll link some of those in the description box just in case you'd like to check those out. But this one is really cute and simple. I picked up this metal scarecrow yard decor, yard stake or sign, whatever you want to call it. It's metal, so cute, scarecrow from Hobby Lobby when they had fall decor 40% off. You're also going to need some foam, and I picked up this block of foam at Walmart. You're going to need some 10-inch mesh, and you're not going to need very much of it. And you're going to need some fall floral picks, and most of mine came from Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And here's a close-up of the tag just in case you want to screenshot it. First, you're going to want to do this a little different than I'm doing here. You are going to want to add some zip ties and zip tie your foam on, and add some hot glue to those spikes before you place them or push them into the foam. I am going to be adding 3 ruffles to the bottom, so I'm cutting my mesh at 24 inches, curling each end a few times, then walking my fingers to the middle until they meet. And then I am going to take I don't know what it's called, it's like a floral spike pick that has a wire on the end, wrap it around it, and then push it into the foam. But what I did with the second one is I used a zip tie and then added this little pick around it. I really need some of those U-shaped metal picks from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, so I think I'm going to pick some of those up and add around it just to make sure it stays in, but that's all I had for right now. And here I'm rolling one end 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to put a chip clip on it. Then I'm going to do the same to the other end, make sure it curls toward the ceiling, so roll it 2 or 3 times, then walk your fingers at the center of the mesh until you get to the other end, then remove the chip clip or clothespin. Now you have a pretty woodland ruffle or cruffle, and this is my favorite way to do those. There's 2 different ways you can make them, but this is the easiest way for me. Now I'm zip tying it together this time, that way I make sure it stays, and then I'm going to take one of those little floral picks, wrap around the ruffle, and I'm adding one on the left, one on the right, and one on the middle at the bottom. Now you could add more if you would like. I'm just giving you some ideas. At the end of this video, you'll see why I said to add some holes in your foam and zip tie your foam to your little scarecrow yard stake sign, and also add some glue to those spikes before you push it into the foam, because when you get this made, it's a little bit heavy and it will slide off if you don't have it zip tied on and glued on. Now I'm cutting my last ruffle at 24 inches, and this is just some mesh that I picked up on sale for 40% off at Hobby Lobby. Rolling the end 2 or 3 times, going to put a chip clip on it, then I'm going to roll the other end 2 or 3 times. Then I'm just going to walk my fingers at the center of the mesh until I get to the other end, remove the chip clip. Now I have a beautiful woodland ruffle or cruffle. Now I'm going to zip tie it together just to make sure it stays. And then I'm going to use one of those little floral picks to attach it to the foam. Now you could add a little bit of hot glue on the end of each pick before you push it into your foam if you would like. Next, I'm tying a big bow, so just let out a long tail, make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in your left hand or your right, go the other side, make another loop the same size as your first loop, about a 4-inch loop, let out some more ribbon, make another loop, check to make sure it's about the same size, go the other side, let out some more ribbon, make another loop, make sure you're making your loops the same size on each side. So 2 loops on the left, 2 loops on the right. Then we're going to let out another long tail because I wanted some tails to hang down on this door swag. Next we're going with some pretty pumpkin ribbon. So let out a long tail, place it directly on top of the first color. Then we're going to make about a 4-inch loop with it. So one loop on the left, keep it pinched tightly in your hand, go to the other side. Sometimes you have to twist the ribbon to keep the design on top, so just a half turn to keep the design on top. 2 loops on the left and 2 loops on the right with this pumpkin ribbon, and then let out a long tail. You'll want to use ribbon with wire when you make your bows. So now I'm going to use one more color, and next color is only 1.5-inch width ribbon with wire. So I'm placing it on top of the second color, letting out a long tail, just going to make a loop. And I'm not quite making these loops hardly as big as the wider ribbon loops. So 2 loops on the left and 2 loops on the right with this pretty gold ribbon from Hobby Lobby. You'll also need a zip tie or some floral wire to wrap it nice and tight around the center of your bow. So I'm letting out another long tail, and then I'm just going to take a zip tie and make sure and get the zip tie nice and tight around the center of my bow. After I have the zip tie nice and tight, then I'm going to dovetail the ends and fluff and shape my bow. I first placed the bow up higher on the little Scarecrow on his little boots, and then I decided that it was just covering up those precious little boots, so I ended up in the end lowering the bow down and putting it in the foam. So I think you'll agree that it looks better with the bow lower, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a little bit. Just take your time and be patient when you're shaping your bow. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get it shaped just like you want. Just place your hand in each loop and open up your loops. Remember, you'll want to choose ribbon with wire because the loops will stand up. It's just easier to work with, and the bow will hold its shape. And then next I'm going to take some floral wire and thread it underneath the zip tie to attach it to my little Scarecrow. But here's how it looks with all the loops fluffed and shaped. And I just love the fun colors and prints. You'll have to let me know what you think of the colors here. Also, when you're making your bow, make sure you leave some long tails to hang down. Today is August 26th. And it is over 100 degrees here. It is super hot, so my little puppies do not want to go outside. They want to stay inside in the air conditioner. So we're just enjoying making some crafts while it's so hot outside. So you'll have to let me know when you're watching this video and what the weather is like at your house. And here I've got my wire threaded underneath my zip tie, and then I did attach it to the boots, but if you'll watch and see, the big bow just covers up his cute little boots. So I did move it down and put the bow in the foam at the end. Maybe they're not actually boots, but he does have on cute shoes. So just remember, you'll want to zip tie that foam onto your yard stake, and you're going to want to add some glue to those spikes before you push it into the foam. I learned the hard way. I went to hang mine up on my door and it just slid right off. It just landed right in my hand just perfect. So I knew I had to go inside and figure out what to do. So I'm telling you, add some zip ties and add some hot glue. And here, most of my floral picks came from Dollar Tree. These long drapey ferns are from Dollar Tree. So I did them to the bottom because I like something kind of whimsical to hang down. When I'm making floral arrangements, what I do on the left side, I like to do on the right side, or what I do on the top, I like to do on the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to do it as close as I can. And when you're choosing your flowers, make sure you choose a variety of sizes, shapes, colors, and different types of textures. You don't want everything to look the same, so choose a variety. I forgot I did pick up these sunflower picks at Walmart, and then these last two, the bigger bunches, came from Dollar General. And I just took them, cut them into shorter pieces, and then I have some greenery pieces that I picked up at Dollar Tree that I use at the end. And when you start to push your pick into your foam, you can add a little bit of hot glue to the end right before you push it into the foam. I don't usually hot glue mine in because I like to reuse my picks, but if it makes you feel better, you can add a little hot glue to the end before you push it into your foam. So I put one on the left side, one on the right side. Now I'm putting one on the top right, and then now one on the top left. So I usually try to do a pattern. It does not have to be perfect. Remember, you don't have to run out to the store each time and buy new flowers. Use what you have and just make it work. Sometimes you'll surprise yourself. I bought these sunflower picks when the fall flowers first came out, and I have been trying to decide what to do with them. And then when I saw the little Scarecrow yard decor sign, I thought they will be perfect with him. So I just had to make a door swag with him. Before you start using your foam, you could wrap the edge of the foam with one of your pretty ribbons if you wanted to for a more finished look. Sometimes I do that. And then also, if you're afraid your foam might show, you could cover your foam first with some moss before you start adding your flowers. It's up to you. That's just some ideas and suggestions. I hope you are enjoying watching me make this cute little Scarecrow door hanger. He is so fun and precious. It's one of my favorite fall DIYs. When I saw him, I just had to have him. And remember, wait till Hobby Lobby does their fall decor 40% off. So if you're enjoying this tutorial, please hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. I would really appreciate it if you would share this tutorial. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And those of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much, and thank you guys that always leave the sweetest comments on my videos. These greenery pieces are also from Dollar Tree, and I just cut them into shorter pieces, and they kind of remind me of like corn or something, and so I just placed them into the foam, and I think they turned out really neat. So you're going to want some fun textures, some unexpected kind of whimsical pieces that kind of give the arrangement movement. Have you started decorating for fall yet? If not, when are you planning on starting to decorate for fall? My daughter helped me pull out some pumpkins and all that kind of fun stuff this week, so we have most of our house decorated for fall, and I'm really enjoying it. My bow was just kind of getting lost in all of the flowers, so I did move it down so that his cute little shoes would show. And then, like I said, when I hung it on my door, the whole thing just fell right in my hands. So I had to go back inside, zip tie it on, and hot glue it on. So I wanted to make sure and let you know that this does weigh quite a bit. So make sure you use those zip ties and the hot glue when you're making this arrangement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Share this video, and make sure you have a great day, guys. And remember, think positive thoughts. You can do it.